Today we'll learn how to control stuff using Alexa and an ESP32 and how to make it work with this PCB. We can control anything, but first let's check this example. Alexa, turn on the workshop light.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the workshop light.
Okay.
And this works in any language. Just change the Alexa settings to your language, and when you add the device in the Arduino code, just write the name in that language. For example, this is the same process but in Spanish. Alexa, enciende la luz del taller.
Vale.
Alexa, apaga la luz del taller.
Vale.
And this project works perfectly with my Nubix board from a previous project, and this already has the ESP32, the programming pads, 12 volts and 5 volts voltage regulation, and a solid state relay, so it's ready to turn on and off any device using your voice and Alexa. So guys, let's get started. What's up my friends, welcome back. To make this project we need an ESP32, a relay, or even better a solid state relay or SSR, and obviously we need an Alexa device connected to the internet. But instead of making the connections on a breadboard, if you want a more permanent and compact solution, just use my Nubix board. And remember this PCB from a previous IoT project. It's the same PCB, but it also works with Alexa. So if you want it, just download the Gerber files from below and you can order the PCBs from PCBWay. And remember that I've changed the design so we wouldn't have those small mistakes that I've made, and now the design has enough clearance and safety features. Please read all the updates on my website. But anyway, now get the Gerber files and go to PCBWay.com and click the Code Now button. Add the PCB size, the amount of PCBs, which in this case is just 5, the color, which could be green or any other color that you want, and save to cart. Now here upload the Gerber files that you have downloaded before and make the order. And receive the PCBs in just a few days. And they look pretty good. PCBWay always does a good job. And I won't go over how to assemble it once again, so just watch my previous video about IoT connection to see what you need and how to assemble it for the 12 volts converter module, the SSR relay, the LEDs, and the small SMD ESP32. But before we test the Alexa control on my PCB, let's make the same connections with a commercial ESP32 development board, so it will be easier to follow. And this board only costs a few dollars on AliExpress. So get the ESP32, a normal relay or even better a solid state relay like this one, a light bulb, and the Alexa control device. Make connections from the ESP to the relay like this. Connect it on GPIO pin 12. Now add the light bulb at the relay output and the power cable at the input, but don't plug it in just yet. Now connect a USB cable to the ESP32 and to your PC. And now let's check the code. But first you have to copy this link here and open Arduino IDE. Then you go to File, Preferences, and in the extra URLs, you add that link that you've copied. And now you go to Tools, to Board, and open Board Manager. And here we now search for the ESP32, and we install these boards, in case that you don't have them. Once installed, if you go back to boards, you now have this group of the ESP32 based boards. Select the ESP32 dev module and make sure that you have these configurations. And now you could upload the codes to the ESP32 board. But now let's check the Alexa code. For that you go into Sketch, Libraries, and open the manager. Now here you search for Foxmo. Install this library and that will do everything for us. And once installed you go to Examples and open this example file. Go to Credentials, copy these two lines, go back to your code, delete the credential library import and paste those lines here in the code. And now you add your Wi-Fi name and password. Now here we define the Alexa devices that we want to create, and by default it creates 4 different devices controlled on these pins. For this example I only want one, so I delete all the devices except the yellow one. And for the yellow pin I select the GPI 12, but you could use any other pin that you want. And I use pin 12 because that's the one that I've used on my Nubix board to control the relay, as you can see here on the schematic. And next in the code for the yellow ID, I change the name to Workshop Lite. And this is the word that you have to say later in order to activate it, so make sure that you select some good words. Now scroll down, and since I've deleted these other IDs, we also need to delete these pin modes and digital rights, and only leave the yellow one. Now scroll down even more, and here in the if-else detection, we delete the other devices and we only leave the yellow one. Now compile and upload the code to the ESP32 board. And now the ESP will automatically connect to the Wi-Fi name that you've placed in the code. So go ahead and open the Alexa app on your smartphone. Go to Devices and click the plus icon. In my case I select a Lite Control, and it doesn't have any brand, so scroll down and select Others. As connection, select the Wi-Fi, and then Alexa will discover all the devices. And after a few seconds it detects the Workshop Lite, so click the Add Device button. And there you go. As you can see, the Workshop Lite is now on my device list. And if I press the On button, the relay connected on pin 12 will turn on. I can also say the command to Alexa, and it will also turn on and off the relay. Look.
Alexa, turn on the Workshop Lite.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the Workshop Lite.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
That's how easy it is to control an IoT device with Alexa and the Arduino code. But there's more. In the code we have this value variable which will give us the light brightness. So instead of using a digital write, I now change the code to an analog write, using this function for the ESP. I upload the code and make the same process, but with an LED instead of the relay. But now look, I can also control the LED brightness from the Alexa app. I can also say the command.
Alexa, turn the Workshop Lite to 50%.
Okay.
Alexa, turn the Workshop Lite to 100%.
Okay.
Alexa, turn the Workshop Lite to 10%.
Okay.
Alexa, turn the Workshop Lite to 0%.
Okay.
And I can do the same using my Nubix PCB. So check my previous tutorial and see how to assemble the PCB. And then connect an FTDI module to the SPI pads on the back like this. Now connect the FTDI programmer to your PCB. Select the COM and upload the code. And now I power the Nubix board from 220 volts AC with a power cable and add a 220 volts light bulb at the output as a load. Be careful working with high voltage and never touch the PCB when it's powered on. I now go to the Alexa app and add a new device with the same name of Workshop Lite. And now I can control the light bulb like this.
Alexa, turn on the Workshop Lite.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the Workshop Lite.
Okay.
So that's how easy it is to use the Nubix board and control anything that you want with Alexa. A fan, a light, your TV, an alarm, a motor, an LED strip, or anything else. Because once you get the data on the Arduino code, the rest is just Arduino code. So you could add servo motors, displays, color LEDs, measuring devices such as temperature sensor, humidity sensor, movement sensors, and so on. Such a nice and easy project to play with. So get my PCB from below and order it at PCBWay if you want to make the same project. You have the code and more information below on electrums.com. Thanks again and see you later, guys.
Hey guys, so that was another project and I hope that you like it. As you all know, to buy all these modules, a huge help from you is from Patreon. So if you want to support me, you can support me there, but also just commenting below, giving me a like or sharing this video, it will also support my channel. So thank you very much to all my patrons and to you guys.